Good morning, shit biscuits. Alright, I'll be the first to admit, I don't really give a shit what age demographic watches my videos, cause quite frankly, it's not my responsibility to look after that shit. But to keep the communism of YouTube off my back, I will go ahead and say that if you are under the age of 18, I would not advise you watch these videos, cause these tend to get violent and have a lot of cussing. Again, I personally don't give a fuck. But at the same time, I'm not about to leave myself open for an attack. So, 18 or older, you're cool. Under that, I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay. This is the only one I'm actually embarrassed about. Godzilla vs. Megalon. Godzilla vs. Megalon, I'll be straight up honest with you guys. The only reason that this one's even being re-uploaded is because at the end of the video, the Jet Jaguar song, it got copyright claimed. So, yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that that got copyright claimed, I literally wouldn't have even touched this video. So, if you don't see the Jet Jaguar song at the end of this one, then just know it's going to be something else that I probably tried to make funny in a way. So, yeah, enjoy. This is a complete waste of time on my part, but oh well, too late to turn back now. I'm uploading it. You know, Godzilla has a lot of movies. Some of them are bad. Most of them are pretty spectacular. However, only one of them falls into this category. So bad, it's good. Jeez. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Dun, 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 dun,
Noah,
dun.
a while ago, we reviewed a movie that I said you could only watch if you had copious amounts of herbal substances. And this movie is no exception. Noah, are you ready to review Godzilla vs. Megalon?
Dun, 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 dun. It's a fucking drop kick.
Yes. Oh my god. Alright, Noah.
With a fucking balls.
Yes, this movie is something else entirely, dude. It's its own entity. It's a weird one. Godzilla vs. Gigan may have been, may have had its moments, but this is just, it's so goddamn, I don't want to say stupid because it might have been intended to be this way, but it's just so damn weird. I don't understand. Oh my god. So you ready to get this started?
Yep.
Alright. Well, we gotta cover a few things first in the background. First of all, director Jun Fukuda, returns. And this movie is just, the best way to describe it is so bad it's good. Alright? Like, this movie is unashamedly cheesy. It's, I don't want to say it's bad, because it may have been intended to be so bad it's good. I don't know whether or not that was the intent, but that's how it comes off. And ultimately, it's just so goddamn, it's honestly hilarious, how this movie is put together. And interestingly enough, this movie actually wasn't supposed to feature Godzilla at all, but ultimately he was added because, he had more marketing value. Originally, this movie was supposed to star Jet Jaguar, and Jet Jaguar alone. Know your thoughts.
Well, besides that fact, if it wasn't a Godzilla movie, I guess it would have done decently well as its own monster movie, but Coco and their want for money had to add Godzilla, and so things kind of fell apart except for one certain hilariously scene.
Indeed it did. Bro, I'm starting to notice something here. Every time that a movie is not supposed to have Godzilla and they just add him for marketing value, I'm starting to notice that every time they do that, it just comes back to bite him in the ass. Because, yeah, that was just sad. And actually, interestingly enough, I don't really know if Gigan was initially supposed to be in the movie, or if he was just added later on because of marketing value as well. But ultimately, in the end, Gigan did end up being added in the film, and I don't think he was a bad part of the movie. I just think he was misplaced.
Yeah.
So yeah, Noah, with that out the way, are you ready to dive headfirst into this? I'm hesitant to even call it a film, but are you ready to dive into this? Nothing to it but to do it.
Time to dive in between those two very tall towers.
Yeah, I don't even know how the hell they got that idea. Because, yeah, Godzilla and Megalon fighting on top of the World Trade Center. Jesus Christ, where do they come up with these ideas? Oh my god. Alright. So, let's jump straight into this. Go ahead and list off the characters, no?
Aye, Captain. We got Katsu. Yeah, hold on. Oh god, I messed up immediately. We got Katsuki. Wait, no. Katsuki, no. Fuck. Fuck Bakugo. Got Katsuhiko. We have Katsuhiko Sasaki as Inventor Godo Ibuki. We got Hiroyuki Kawase as Rokuro Roko-chan Ibuki. Roku-chan. We got Yutaka Hayashi as Hiroshi Jinkawa. We got Robert Dunham as Emperor Antonio of Zootopia.
Yeah, we'll
Robert,
talk more about them in a minute.
Hey, Robert, you good, Dunham? We got Kotaro Tomita as lead Zootopian agent. We got Wolf. And I know somebody was named that. We got Wolf Ochuki as Zootopian agent. Intaro Nakahima as truck driver. We got Sakyo Mikami as truck driver's assistant. Dear God, only 4 more left. Okay. We got a different person. Oh my God. We have Shinji Takagi as Godzilla.
Yes, and that brings us to the first major point. We probably should have mentioned this in the last video, but we didn't. Unfortunately, Godzilla vs. Gigan was the last time that Haruo Nakajima would put on a Godzilla suit. He will be missed. And Haruo Nakajima, he was an inspiration to us all.
We now have Kenpachiro Satsuma as Gigan. And now for the new folk, we got Gutusi Komada as Jet the Jaguar, Jet the Jaguar,
Yep.
Jaguar.
Jesus Christ. No, just get on with
And
it.
then we got the fucking the second monster in the title of the film. We got Hideto Date as Megalon. Not Megalodon, Megalon.
How did that even come up? Like, how do people mistake the two names? Megalon and Megalodon. Megalon is a giant beetle monster, and Megalodon is a giant shark. That's not even nearly as big as Megalon. You know, it's just best not to ask questions. So, are you ready, Noah?
I am ready for the insanity.
Yes. keep in mind, it sounds like there's a lot going on in this movie, even though it's not really that much. So here's the thing. A series of underground nuclear tests are conducted near Japan, and as a result, it causes mass destruction on Monster Island, and Godzilla does slip away. However, other monsters, like Anguirus, and it never really specifies on whether or not other kaiju suffer the same fate or not, but they fall into giant fissure. But Anguirus falls into a giant fissure and is trapped underground for a time. And as these nuclear tests are conducted, they also irritate the hell out of a secret underground human civilization known as the Seatopians. I wonder how much Atlantis was used as inspiration for these people. And yeah, they're angry about all these nuclear tests going on. So they decide, hey, let's not go up to the surface and have peace treaties and talks. Nah, let's just send our giant beetle monster that we worship as a god to tear shit up.
Plot!
Logic
Basically.
is not these people's strong suit, is it?
I mean, they've been living for underground for how many years now?
Yep.
Got some dirt in you, but no dirt in a jar.
I got a jar of dirt. Alright, we're getting sidetracked here. Yeah. So, yeah, during all this, yeah, there's an inventor by the name of Goro Ibuki, and he has built a robot by the name of Jet Jaguar. And the Seatopians actually want to take over Jet Jaguar and use him to their own ends to lead Megalon around and have him destroy other cities and, shit like that. So obviously the objective is to free Jet Jaguar from their control. And, well, they do that, and Jet Jaguar, thinks that he can't really take Megalon on alone, so he heads to Monster Island to ask Godzilla for assistance. So now our final battle begins. Also the Seatopians went to ask the Space Hunter Nebula M, the people who are in charge of Gigan, to ask them for assistance as well. And, yeah. So now our final battle is decided. Can Godzilla and Jet Jaguar take down the duo of Megalon and Gigan? Honestly, it sounds a lot cooler than it actually is. Noah, do you want to talk about the humans or the monsters first?
Let's just get the humans out of the way, so we can focus on the main event and the probably totally 100% logical scene.
Yes. Alright, so as Noah said, we're going to talk about the humans first. Good God in a holy handbasket, what happened? What happened? I don't understand. The human characters in this film, they just sound like, again, maybe it's just because I have the American edit and not the original Japanese version, but just the lines that the characters have and just the actions that they take, they just don't make any sense. They don't make any sense unless it's like, the shit that they do, to free Jet Jaguar from the control of the Seatopians. That makes sense. Everything else is just dumb. It's stupid. It's retarded, and it's ultimately cheesy. It's like, and not even like the good kind of cheesy, like the rotted, spoiled string cheese kind of cheesy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It just and it doesn't help the fact that there's a kid in this movie that is annoying as sin.
Oh, good Kenny.
What?
A fucking Kenny.
Yep. God damn it. So yeah, I mean, just the human aspect of this film could have been done a hell of a lot better, even if it was just done to the same quality as the last film. But now, Noah, with the humans out of the way, let's talk about the monsters. Are you ready?
Get ready. Set. Alright.
Alright. Yeah, the monster action in this movie. It's not bad. It's just not what you would expect. This movie's monster action is weird as hell. First of all, Jet Jaguar halfway through the film just decides, hey, you know what? I can suddenly just pull a brand new plot, a brand new power out of my ass for the sake of plot. And now I can grow to the size of a kaiju. How the hell he can do that? Nobody knows, but whatever, we gotta get the plot rolling, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And as for Megalon himself, Jet Jaguar. Apparently, Jet Jaguar was initially supposed to be King Kong in a fucking robot suit. And I don't even know how the hell that would work, considering that Jet Jaguar is skinnier than King Kong. And, what?
Far skinnier, dear God.
Yeah. But that's not even the worst part, no. You know what the worst part is? Jet Jaguar is a result of Jet Jaguar's existence is a result of a kid winning a contest to have a new superhero introduced by Toho Studios. Your thoughts?
Ultraman ripoff.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, shit. At least Jet Jaguar in Singular Point was actually an interesting character, but this is just sad. And alright, we've talked enough about Jet Jaguar. Let's talk about the other monsters. First of all, Gigan. It's the exact same suit from the last movie. There might be a few modifications, but ultimately it's the same thing, and it's still interesting to look at. But then there's Megalon. How the hell to describe this bastard? Megalon is essentially a giant beetle monster with the ability with two spinning drill hands on his hands. And he has the ability to fire firebombs out of his mouth, which look like shit follicles. And he also has an antenna laser that looks eerily similar to King Ghidorah's, which obviously apparently gives them free reign to use more stock footage. Great. Oy vey. You know, just some of the shit, man. Just some of the shit. However, thankfully, the fighting and shit in this movie is fantastic. And Godzilla himself in this movie. It is the same suit, but this time you can definitely tell that they have like a different and updated design. Personally, I think the suit design and the face from the prior film was better, but it's still worth mentioning that they did like change up the face a little bit and like resculpt the head. But yeah, unfortunately, Godzilla in this film, he's not really treated right. He's brought up as a footnote because, yeah, he wasn't even initially supposed to be in the movie to begin with. Which does suck, and it does irritate me, but ultimately that's not anything that's new at this point. And yeah, I don't really think that the special effects for this film stand up like they did in the prior films. I think they were better in the prior films. However, I will say that I really enjoyed the fight scenes between the monsters in this movie. Noah, do you want to talk about the fight scenes?
Well, I'm gonna specifically talk about one very and very specific, infamous scene.
Yes, Noah. Post the clip. Post the clip. Alright, so finally we have it. And here we go. Alright. Mother of God, how does he do that? How does he do that?
Gravity. Godzilla made gravity his bitch.
Just physics be damned. I'm coming at you, boy. How does that even happen?
There's just young with a change sauce.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, so clearly you can all see why this movie has its charm, even if it is a more lackluster film. The fight scenes in this movie, they're not taken seriously at all, and that's honestly for the best. Godzilla fights basically like he's a boxer, and Jet Jaguar, until Godzilla shows up, he gets his ass kicked when Gigan and Megalon tag team him, which, to be honest, that might have been the point, but honestly, I do like how, Gigan and Megalon seem to work more efficiently as a team than Gigan and Ghidorah did. Honestly, I'm not saying that they fit well together, I'm just saying that they did seem more, into the role, and they seem to be having more fun in the suits. And yeah, just a hell of a lot of interesting and new shit, that happens during the fight scenes in this shit. Unfortunately, though, there are some scenes that any hardcore Godzilla fan is gonna say, okay, that's just stupid. Like when Godzilla and Jet Jaguar are surrounded by flames, and for some reason that's stopping them from going to continue the fight. Godzilla has proven that he's fireproof before, so how is this any different? But, that's just a minor nitpick. And ultimately, this film, it's an interesting ride. So yeah, Noah, who the hell would you recommend this movie to? What audiences?
Definitely, probably children.
Yeah, that's no shit. Yeah, kids are gonna love this movie simply because of just how goofy and just weird it is. And like I said before, I would recommend this movie to anyone who just needs something in the background to watch, and at the same time they have a fair amount of herbal substances to distract them. I don't know how else to say it. This movie is just weird as hell. And honestly, I'm debating whether or not the campiness and the cheesiness of this film is a good or a bad thing. I mean, it is a movie that a lot of people describe as so bad it's good. And this movie definitely has its charm, man. This movie is definitely a gem. It's a diamond in the rough, is the best way to describe it. I have a feeling. I don't know if it was intended to be the way it was, but I definitely know that the finished product is definitely something to be desired. Even if for a very small amount of people. So yeah, guys. That's it for, Godzilla vs. Megalon, and that's the last video for this week. Join us at the beginning of next week and tomorrow when we cover my personal favorite Showa Godzilla film, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla.
Before you end recording, I got something to share about that movie.
Oh God, I'm scared.
Here it is.
Oh no! Oh yes, from Virano? Okay. Bow, bitch! Alright, yeah. Join us tomorrow when we cover Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla from 1974, ladies and gents. Have an awesome day. Oh, Jesus.
人が作ったロボットだけどジェットがやったねジャガー行け行け平和を守るためゴジラとジャガーでパンチパンチパンチ泣くな僕らも頑張ろう
Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Just a quick reminder before the end of the video. I would like to ask y'all to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And if you'd be so inclined, I would not mind it if y'all would share this video with anyone you deem fit. But with that being said, that's everything we have for today, and have a good one.